G'day and welcome, my name's Cautious Pancake and today we're going to be trying out a base that is designed for when you're rocking one of these bad boys. That's right, the goal for today is to trial a simple base designed for those who spec'd into Demolitions Expert on the Perception Tree. Let's get started with the base walkthrough. It's a relatively small build. Most of the effort involved with this base is not in the blocks in the building but actually with the digging, but we'll get to that in a moment. The base itself is suspended from the square outside blocks, joined through the zombie force field which keeps the zombies away from the building and forces them to try to get inside through this path of yellow poles. These are an alternating set of half and full centered poles which are effective in causing the zombies to misstep and fall down below. We can obviously walk over the force field and have an entrance ladder and a hatch up on top. Inside the base we have a small alcove to our left. This is to hold any zombies that actually make it across where we can shoot them. It has double railings and an extra side wall to block line of sight so we don't get cop spit inside the base. I should probably note that the whole base is actually made of painted concrete, so it is reasonably sturdy. We then have the main fighting platform, which is dominated by these two cellar doors. This is where we will stand and do most of the fighting from the row of blocks at either end. Lastly, for the upstairs, we have this access hatch, which is connected via a ladder that goes almost all the way down to the bottom, so that at the end of the Horde night, we can head down and collect all our loot bags. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so that the zombies can't get up, so don't forget to bring some wood frames with you when you're looting. From down here, we also have access to our generator bank, which provides the lighting in the pit so that we can see what's happening on Horde night. For the pit design, the goal was to route the zombies that fall down towards the square directly underneath the cellar doors, so that we have a small, contained area to drop or throw explosives down into. This is where most of the effort goes in the construction of the base. It's a lot of digging, so it's probably a base that needs to wait until mid-game to be built, so that the digging doesn't take forever, and so that you've got access to the mats required to make the explosives. You could obviously reinforce the walls down here rather than leaving them as dirt, but I wanted to leave them weak so that you could see how much damage the zombies do during a Horde night, and that it's not particularly catastrophic. Alrighty, time for the Horde night. Let's head inside and get prepped. You can see on top I've added some wood spikes. Cheapest and easiest of the vulture killers. Heading down inside, don't forget to shut the hatch. Let's head over and turn on the lights. Okay, should be able to see what's going on during Horde night now. Shut that. Open up. And any second now, it should be time for the Horde. As you can see, I've put bulletproof glass in this window so that we can see as the zombies come in. It does mean that the cops will spit at us, but I think the visibility is worth it. You can take a few pot shots while the zombies come in. Not really necessary given that we're demo spec'd, but it can be a bit of fun. Throw Molotovs over in the corner. You can throw Molotovs down directly underneath. That's where I'll typically fight them. The zombies will come over and follow and try and stand as close to underneath you as you can. They will attack the walls obviously while they're doing that. And there goes our first vulture. Maybe there's two, or maybe you didn't kill him. So to begin with, I like to just use the Molotovs to thin out the herd, or the Horde. Take some pot shots just for fun. Again, it's not really necessary. In some ways it slows down the grouping up of all of the Horde. You want a nice big group underneath you when you start to use the explosives. Start with a pipe bomb, nice and easy. 5,000 XP, plus a bit more from Molotov. Oops, I shot the wall then. Yeah. Once there's a nice big group, down goes the Molotov. Give it a little while to do its thing. Maybe while it's doing that, we might just take some shots with the rifle. Oop, hang on. Level up. Maybe we won't take a shot with the rifle. This time we'll add a grenade to the mix. Molotov just make sure that everybody's copped a little bit of damage so that the grenade does its thing, and there's 12k. It's a solid amount of XP. Add another one to finish off that little group down there. Generally the idea is you finish off the group, let them build right back up again, and then use the next lot of explosives on the next group. You can sort of finish them off with a few shots if you want to. Once they start to build up, it's better to just wait and let it form a big group. Now you see that nurse is stuck on one of the poles and attacking those blocks. One of the options for changing this base would be to remove the bulletproof glass and replace it with something that we can shoot out of, but the cop spit won't come through. That will allow us to take care of any zombies that do get stuck on the poles like that. Alright, that looks like a pretty good group. Another Molotov, another grenade. Another 14,000 XP. Probably a couple of stragglers down there somewhere. There we go. And again, time to wait for the next group to build up as they start to come in. See if we can get a few headshots. Obviously they run around and do kill the, or do destroy the dirt down the bottom there, but it's non-structural, it's generally not going to be an issue, and it's better that they're down there attacking the dirt than up here attacking a base, or us. Now for the rocket launcher, the ammo that you want to use is the frag ammo. That's because that does a very high amount of HP damage to zombies, and very, very little block damage. Oh, 19,000. There you go. That's what you want to see. One rocket, almost 20k XP. The reason, obviously, you don't want to be using the normal rocket ammo is that will start blowing holes in the dirt, and eventually it will dig down to the bedrock, but that's not really the goal of this base. We're not looking for big full damage, and the further they go down there, the harder it is for us to aim the Molotovs. So, whoa! Whoa, 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 that's not what we're meant to do. So, I may have just demonstrated one of the potential ways that you can kill yourself with this base. And that is to do stupid things like that. It's also the other reason you carry wood frames and ladders with you, so that you can get out. Oh, alright. So that rocket only did 5k. Obviously, fired that off way too early. Need to just settle down now and wait for more and more zombies to group up before we start throwing any more explosives down. So that's probably one of the big ways that you can kill yourself with this base. Obviously, falling down into the Horde in the middle of a pit is not a great plan. The other way is using one of these boys and setting yourself on fire. Anyone that's used Molotovs know that that's always a risk, and one of the other reasons that I'm doing a Horde night carrying some water on the tool belt is because I kind of expect that that's going to happen at some point. Just waiting for them to group up again. When you're waiting for them to come up after doing a big group kill like that with a grenade, putting a Molotov in the bottom of the pit there where they land is always worthwhile. Otherwise, this is essentially the loop for this base, is let them group up, let them smash on the dirt, that doesn't matter, and then use Molotovs, use pipe bombs, use grenades, and use rockets. Dynamite's not on the list, as you would have seen, obviously for the same reason we don't use the normal rocket ammo, is that we don't want to start blowing holes in the dirt, which is what dynamite will do. Another level up. Let's group them all up and then I think we'll take another rocket shot. Ooh, I was going to say I think we're all done, but there's a few more on the way in. There we go. That looks pretty good. Come on over. Ooh, one more. Ah, you fell down. Ready. Boom. 16,000 that time. We missed a few. That's okay. We'll finish them off. And then wait for the next group. Ooh. Top shooting. It's really not designed for shooting. You could make it a little bit easier by knocking off that corner of the dirt that I left there. That would give us a better line of sight through to the zombies as they fall down if we wanted to do a bit more shooting, but that's entirely up to you guys as you suggest or change these if you decide to use this base, I guess, but you can customize it to your own liking. You could also put some traps down there if you wanted to, either at the bottom or for the fall down, make them fall through some blade traps, that sort of thing, just to get the damage started again, to make it a bit easier. The idea isn't to let the cops go boom, although I think since they were all on fire with the Molotov I got some of the XP for that, or it was just a build up of XP. I didn't think you got XP from when the cops exploded, but I could be wrong on that. Otherwise, grenades and Molotovs. For the littler groups, there's 6,000, 7,000. So digging under the shelf there might be about to cause a collapse in that dirt, which again isn't really a problem. That's what we want them down there doing, digging in the dirt rather than smashing on anything structural. There's no real way for them down there to do any significant damage to us, apart from the cops. As you can see, the window means that they will spit at us, but then they'll continue running and fall down. So we'll just wait for him to get over with the rest of his fellow zombies. And that's a little bit of deja vu, whereas the second cop. So, again, just wait for them to group up, run them around a bit, and pop up of a rocket. 17,000. Or 16,000. Forget to reload. Coming up on 130. Cruising through Horde without any real troubles whatsoever. Yoop. Hey. Wait, what are you doing up there? So that is something that happens from time to time. The zombies, as they're falling down from the poles, will land on the dirt on the side and sort of stay up top there. Again, not really an issue. I guess they could smash on the lights or the generator, which would be a bit annoying. But apart from that, they can't do any significant damage to the base. They have to go smash on the edges of the dirt under the concrete edging that holds the base up. That would be bad, but for the most part I think they will typically try and get over into the main pit actually, to get underneath you, which is where they're trying to get to. $14,000 that time. They're getting smaller. Either when there's less zombies or there's less ferals down there or something. Or we're running out of zombies. That could be the other reason. So level up. And I think that might be it. Oh, one fella left. Where'd you go? There we go. Alright. 10 past 2. Horde night's done. Let's close these up and head on downstairs. Double check there's no one there. There's a nice pile of loot bags. Nope, no one's hanging out. Now, as you can see, they've done some damage, or that's just glitched. Don't know what's going on there. So they do have done plenty of damage to the dirt down here, which is as expected and perfectly fine. And what I'd suggest is it's easy to just sort of whack in a few frames. Obviously, I'd do it with maybe even just cobble, probably not wood. And that'll do add in blocks with sort of 2.5 times the dirt HP. You could obviously go to concrete if you wanted to, if you've got the concrete. But the idea is just to sort of replace this up to where the dirt was, rebuild the dirt area, and you're set, ready to go for next time. Obviously, the stronger the material, the less repairs and replacement you'll have to do each time. And as long as you're using the non-destructive explosives, then you're not going to be doing much damage to it. Heading back up top. Let's go head outside and do a damage assessment. Starting with the wood spikes. There should be a few of them probably down, judging by the start. A couple over there maybe. Otherwise, there's plenty up there still. And visually the outside looks okay. There should be some damage where that nurse got stuck attacking the wall, but also from the copse bit. So if we have a look, yeah, bulletproof glass has taken a bit. Those two blocks by the edge are the two favourite ones. They probably could go to steel, since they're the ones that the zombies are going to hit the most. Zombie force field's hardly taken any. The poles don't look like they've taken any. There should be a bit more damage out here. You could hear it during the Horde night. A little bit over there. No, not much. Pretty easy to run around here with a bit of concrete. Yeah, 400 there, 900 there. And patch this up though. Oh, there was 1,000 down. Because this outer ring is structural. It's what's holding up the base along with the force field. Losing any one particular block isn't going to be the end of the world. But if we lost a lot of them, then that could be a problem. But again, that's not what they want to hit. They want to run around here. They only just sort of do a little bit of destroy area every now and then they move on, run inside and fall down to the bottom. So what did we use? 18 Molotovs, I think it was only 2 pipe bombs, 5 grenades, and 5 rockets. That's not a lot of ammo. Oh, probably some 44 and some 7.62, which is mostly my inaccurate shooting that was using up that ammo. Overall though, very little ammo for the Horde Night completion. Well, that's it for the Rocket Pit base. Thanks to everyone that's taken the time to watch this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. Thank you.